This always makes me laugh, bro. I ain't even in bed. I'm in my truck. It's funny though. It's weird. So this is the maybe the fifth one of these. This one hopefully will be short. I'm sitting in my truck today. Right now, I kind of want to understand my train of thought in different locations, and see what the differences are. I want to see how my voice is different, um, depending on the place that I'm at, and the maybe even the emotions that are in those places. Like, so if I'm in my truck right now, like this is my spot. Like, this is my safety and security. Probably more so than my bedroom, just because each place I form different habits in, different ways of life, different routines. Now that I think about it, like, I hop into my truck, I turn the key, I let the glow plugs, warm up. Then I turn it on, I roll my window down, I stick my foot out the window, put my phone in the holder, pick my music. It's fire. It's fire how you just program yourself and you don't even know it. You don't even know it until you stop and you reevaluate what you do and why you do it. It's cool. And then it's so weird that it's not that I'm split. I was split at one point in time, and now I'm just trying to figure out, like, I'm not really split anymore. The whole thing. I'm just now I'm just trying to take both extremes, and find balance. So when I'm talking and I jump back and forth, ultimately it's just me weighing my options and weighing, both extremes. Because I've noticed, like, I'll say something and I'll say no, and then I'll say yeah, and then I'll say maybe, and then I'll say whatever, um, or something like that. It's like 4 times, but each time I'm putting in, tons of information as that variable, and then I'm moving to the next one, and then I'm moving to the equal sign, and going past the equal sign, and I'm coming up with my answer, and then I'm reevaluating it all again, and then I'll throw whatever, because that's the answer that I came up with at that time. It can change later, based with new information, and I have to be humble enough to um, be able to reevaluate it later, innocently, and not have biases in it. Because maybe I missed a variable. Maybe I didn't think about something. Or maybe the situation is different now than it was then. And I know that, being set in my ways got me to where I'm at now. It's not good or bad. It just is. And I want better. I want more. More from me. So in order to have that, I need to constantly be growing and constantly questioning. Because I know I said I had a problem with questioning, but, like, why do I have to question myself all the time? Everything I say. It's like, why not? Kind of. I don't question myself when I'm painting. I don't question myself when I'm cutting grass or you know doing anything really, other than talking. It's usually like, yeah, I never question myself with other human beings. Like, yeah, if it doesn't involve other human beings, I never question myself. Like, that's so weird. Um, because if I have zero self worth, then, like, I just have zero self worth. I had zero self worth when it involved other people, but I had all the worth in the world when it just involved me. I just never looked at it that way. Because in every action that I've done, like, I've been confident in it, and I've done it Evidently, I was confident enough to do it. But with other people involved, I'm just so empathetic. And I guess they just care what they think. I guess. I don't know. Probably just want to be liked, I guess. I don't, someone said that, and I don't know. I don't have the feelings to say that that's true or not. That would be more of a subconscious thought. And I'm not really sure how to bring those up yet. Like to look at them and make them tangible. Because, I mean, like I said, everything's bigger than I see it, because I'm looking at it at this perspective. And a lot of stuff, I jump up and look at it at that perspective. But when you jump, you can't stay. You come back down. So you can only see that perspective for a second, and then you're back to the same perspective. I don't know. Maybe I'll learn to fly at some point, and then I can stay up high and look at that perspective. Man, that's multiple times that I stuttered with that word. That's weird, because I know it. I say it all the time. The majority of that's all I say. So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But today's a beautiful day. I woke up, it was beautiful. I didn't sleep. I don't know. I don't know what I did sleeping was last night. If it was good or bad or whatever, or healthy or unhealthy, or long enough. I did record one last night. Man, that one was long too. That one was real long. That was kind of fire. All over the place. I need to listen to it again. It's just so long, and it's hard. Like, I listen to everything super fast, but listen to myself super fast, and being that I don't articulate well, or I have some weird accent on it for some reason, it's harder for me to sometimes really hone in on that. But I think as time goes, I'll get better at understanding the way I talk. I'm starting to enjoy myself talking in a weird way. Like, it's not it doesn't make me squirm anymore. Like, I I love the way I talk. It's weird. It's definitely weird. Like, I met someone that does music, and like instantly, like, I was just like, how, like, and this was before I started these talks or whatever. Like, the instant thought was like, how do you listen to yourself? And that was kind of like a catalyst. That's what's so crazy. Is like, you don't know who you meet, and you don't know the conversation that you have. I mean, it could be one word, it could be one look that could spark a question that can change everything. And that's what's crazy. Is like, man, I don't even know. What's even crazier is, like, I told you that Haas, creates worlds, and he's not physically creating the world. He's just picking and choose what he wants his mind to be, and his world to be, like, and what's important to him, and then he makes that happen, and he takes away his options. It's cold-blooded. But what's crazy is I made the Haas YouTube channel. I don't know how long ago. At least a year, maybe more. And I remember joking about, becoming a streamer at some point, because I love the video games, and I'm not good, the best, but like anything else, it just takes time. Like, if you play video games, 16 hours a day, every day, you're gonna get good, elite, I think. I don't know. You can understand, like, patterns and anticipate how they're gonna whatever, run the maps. You're gonna pick up so much information, and you're just gonna get better and better. Hopefully, at least that's how I work. It's like compound knowledge almost. I don't even understand compound interest, but um, definitely understand like the knowledge every day. That one experience, the way that they ran that route or whatever, like you learn that stuff easy. Then you use it again without even thinking. It's automatic. Or whatever, I was joking about that. I thought it would be cool back then. Oh, and I was kind of questioning like who I was back then too, but just not really taking action. I was just questioning. It was a bigger question of like it kind of formed like, would people even watch me? Like, would people even be interested in me? But it was more of like a rhetorical question of like, um, do people even care now? Do people watch me now? Like not on Twitch or whatever, but like just in the world. Like, do they truly care, or do they not? Is it an obligation to know me? Do you know? I don't know. Honestly, I still don't know because everything is an exchange, right? Like we'll every interaction we have with people, like it, technically, like if you're not getting from something from them, then you're not gonna stay, right? If you're not getting what you want, so unconsciously, in your subconscious, like, or consciously, like you're not gonna stay with that person, or you're not gonna go see them. Um, you're not gonna give them your time, right? After a while, like this is pointless. They don't have anything I need. This is not a win-win. And then you just walk away forever or whatever. But it's weird. But what gets to my point is, on YouTube, like you can open a profile, and it saves your likes, which is crazy. Because that's kind of how they program you anyway. It's suggesting, like suggest things based on the time and where your focus went. So if you watch, you know, if you watch um, makeup stuff, like people putting makeup on, or the more you watch that, then the more it's gonna pop up in your screen on your scrolling thing, and then at some point, that's all you're gonna have if you watch it all the time. It's fire. I kind of started this experiment a long time ago, and it's checked me a couple times over the last couple months, like depending on what I'm watching. So like when I started it, I started looking into like neuroscientist brain, how the body works. Um, I was just fascinated with it. What these doctors are saying, because I'm sitting in my room talking to myself, coming up with these ideas about the human body and the brain and the way it works, and how we're in control. And if we're not in control, then something's controlling us. And so I just kind of started looking into doctors, and then the next thing you know, my feed is full of neuroscientists and brain scientists, and then that kind of transferred into like self-help stuff, and then maybe some manifesting stuff and meditation practices or music, um, and then so forth and so forth. It's just like a transition. Like it's weird. It's everything. It's like it's like a gateway drug. Like it's not that the drug itself is the gateway. It's you finding a certain escape, and then at some point the escape doesn't work anymore, and then you have to find another one, a more potent one, a one that makes you feel a little bit higher or lets you forget a little bit more. Like that's a whole life. Like maybe if you're into shoes, which is weird to me, to each his own. But like the kids with like the Jordans now, like I've worked in houses and like they'll be like, which is cool. I love shoes. I'm a shoe and sock dude. Like there's nothing just more blissful than having a brand new pair of shoes and then like a brand new pair of socks. Like that is fire. Like I can't explain it. It's clean. It's perfect, and they're yours. And yeah, I know they're not gonna stay that way. That's like same with my clothes. Maybe the future, like when I have a job that I'm not building stuff. Like I can have clean clothes, which is weird to me. I want to feel that. I want to be able to wear like nice stuff. Um, because like if you look good, you feel good type crap. It's weird. Like I'm wearing a black shirt today. I feel weird. I feel real weird. Um, and it feels different. I mean, of course, the shape's a little different. It's still long sleeve. It's still Under Armour. But the material's different. It just feels different. It's not, I don't feel like me, but I created that. That's what's crazy. It's like I may not create these workout routines, which is cool, whatever. But right now, like I am becoming more healthy and taking care of my body and doing stuff that I neglected because I didn't love me, so I didn't care about this vessel because I didn't think anybody else cared. And that's not the right way to look at it. You need to care first, obviously. But whatever. It's just a way to justify it. That's what I said. It goes to the self-worth, and it goes to like I don't even think I was attractive back then. And it wasn't that I wasn't attractive. I was just guarded, and my vibration was pushing people away because I'm strong. And so whatever I do, and all of us are this way. Well, all of us are strong. So I mean, you're gonna get what you want. But now that I'm taking care of myself, I'm just trying to eat healthy, enjoy eating, love it. Like it's semi-embarrassing when I go eat, kinda, because I get lost in the moment. Sometimes, like sometimes, like it just feels so good. Like I can't explain it. Like it's just perfect. Like and then it just my senses are so heightened. And just with my music playing and eating whatever it is, the one bite and just chewing it completely and tasting all the flavors and smelling it before I put it in my mouth. A lot of times that's what I do. Like I'll breathe it in real deep, kind of let it sit there in the breath, the smell, the feeling, understanding what it's going to do to me, what I'm putting into my body is fuel, also pleasure at the same time. It's both. It's all. Like this is what keeps me alive. I have to have this. So why not enjoy it? Make it perfect. Have no bad intent. And then I chew it and eat it and love it, and then I'm dancing at the same time with music that makes me happy or invokes whatever. Then I do it again and again and again and again until it's all done. It's fire. And what's weird is like, so now it controls me, but I made that. Like I created that. I created that control. So I'm the controller. And if I don't like it anymore, then I'm gonna have to take steps, and it's gonna, I'll have to resist it, and it won't feel good after some time because it's the new norm for me, and that's life. Really, you create it, and then you get pissed off. I get pissed off. I'm mad now, kinda, not really. I'm just like, well, I did it, and now I have to do something to change it, and there's gonna be resistance. It's not going to feel good. But I did it. No one else did it. It's weird. And who knows? I just don't know which way to go. Like I'm still stuck in the unknowing. And I'm still, like I said, trying to figure out the best decisions. Neither one of them are right or wrong. They just have different repercussions. And I don't know. Like, I'm still battling the old Cody, the old thoughts, the old unworthiness, the old you're not handsome, the old you don't have this or you don't have that. Even if, like, that's not even what I care about anymore. It's like, but then I'm projecting, like, what I think other people care about. Or any of it. It's weird. It's because I've changed so much sometimes in this journey, in this season, in these months. It's like, what is real? Like, is this real? Am I really happy? I feel happy. I mean, yesterday was weird, up and down. I know exactly why now. Because I feel good today. And that was an experiment in itself. Like, I did things, and then I'm doing this now because I wanted to make sure that was it, and it is. So now I have to figure out that situation, and maybe I'll get a clue, an answer, a solution, a good one. I will. But yeah, whatever. Like, get back to shoes. Like, I love shoes. That's the fire. I saw something like the first thing people would look at is your shoes, and I didn't read the rest of what the psychology behind it. But I do. I love people's shoes. It does. It says a lot. It says a lot. And that's why I get to, like, people. I remember going into this house. I don't know, doing a water heater or something, and so I went and I had to hit the power. I don't want to get shocked any more than I have to. And they had, like, a shelf on the wall with, their shoes. Like, but they were still brand new. And to me, I'm like, man, that's whatever. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, you spend high amount of money on shoes and you wear them once, and you once every now and then, and they don't get dirty. Like, I've tried to do that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Like, for me, like, I'll be out somewhere, I'll get a phone call, my truck's filled with whatever, tools, like, emergency or whatever, I need this done, Cody. I just head that way. In nice clothes. They don't ever stay nice. That's why I don't wear nice things. Because they don't stay nice. Because I'm always the one getting dirty. Always. I never thought of that. Like, I don't put that in my worth. Like, I didn't put that in my price. Like, if I bought a brand new pair of shoes and I'm in my truck, like, then I get called to do a plumbing job, and then I get shit all over me. Like, my stuff was new for what? A minute? And no one really cares. But no one ever thinks about it. I didn't think about it. I just did because they called me, so I left. I went. And there's sometimes, like, I tried over the last couple of years, like, to be better. and like, because I've really started working on myself over the last couple of years because I was just tired. I'm so tired now. Like, I'm so tired. I can't explain it. Like physically, kind of a little, but it's more just like I'm tired. And I don't know how to rest. I've never rested. It's weird. It's weird. How do you get rest from something you didn't even know existed? You didn't even know. Maybe that's all I need is just rest. Real rest. I don't even know how you get that. Like what? I don't know. Maybe I've been resting. Um, and maybe it's like if you don't, if you wake up at the wrong time, you feel like death, you know? I don't know what it is. But if you slept 10 more minutes, or if you woke up, 30 minutes earlier, you're good. I don't get it. It's weird. Or maybe I'm just trying to wake up too quick. I need to continue to rest. And just leave it up to the universe's hands and God. Like, He's got me. He ain't gonna let me go hungry. I got some canned vegetables in there. I'm cool. Can a day. Keep the doctor away. I mean, because if everything else isn't making me happy, I'd rather be happy and hungry than not happy and not hungry. That's just me. That's my perception. Like whatever. I know how to do it. I can change it. I can control my hunger. It's very simple. The first day would be weird, but after a couple of days of you eating and programming yourself to eat one can of vegetables a day or whatever you have, like your body's gonna learn like, well, now we gotta reserve. We gotta change things again because He's not gonna feed us until tonight, and then you'll be fine. You won't have the hunger. I've done it. I did it, and then that's how I gained weight. Because then your body stores. So it's whatever you want to do in life. Like you can do it. You can program yourself to do it. And if you're not programming yourself, then somebody else is programming you. You know? The majority of the stuff you're programming yourself with likes, but I would say like sometimes you're creating habits that aren't good or bad. They're just time wasting. And I do it now. In another perspective, what I'm doing right now would be time wasting. And it's probably time wasting to people that listen to it sometimes. Like they think I'm wasting my time. Or other people looking in saying, Cody, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're not out there making money. But what I'm saying is the most important thing is me right now. And fixing what's going on in my head. And changing it. And the only way I know how to do it is to play a game. A hard game. The hardest game. The worst game ever. And I ain't got no game genie. I wish I did. Dude, if I had a game genie, man, I could spend 12 hours writing down everything, looking at it, then type in the code, and be done. And that's kind of what Hoss does. The only difference is he's not as good. And maybe this time is different because maybe this time we can do it together. I don't want to do it though. Because it seems the easy way. And then that kind of makes whatever I'm doing right now pointless. The process that I've never done. And it is easy, but the repercussions suck. And it kind of involves like ultimately running away and then deeming things real and unreal until they're forgotten. It's weird. It's weird. But it can be done. It's been done. So it was probably not the right choice. But then again, it's like, I don't want to do it with one thing either. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think I could do it better now. Maybe I could just do some of it and not all of it. And I think that's what this journey is at some point I'm going to have to just reshape some of my world. And that's going to be hard. But with a higher knowledge and understanding who I am and what I want and what my real goals are, and then if I do it with good intent and like I take the time to weigh the pros and cons, and then set a group of morals on that, and make sure that I'm doing whatever I'm doing for the right reasons, and that like, if it involves another person, like, or that it can affect another person, effect, I don't know, affect, defect, I don't know which one's which. I have to look at it. That I'm doing it right with the right reasons, and hopefully it doesn't affect them. I don't know, but unless someone tells me, unless someone speaks up and tells me their point of view, how do I know? I can't assume. But then, but I know outcomes. I know certain ones. And like if every single one is negative, then maybe I shouldn't do it. Like if I feel that it's gonna cause someone disheartened, like I need to think about that. Maybe choose not to do it, even though like I'm not tangibly doing something to somebody, but I could cause things that would cause effects to other people. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy right now, though. I'm happy. I'm safe. I'm fun. This is fun. I'm super tired, though. Super tired. I was drained yesterday. Like, the emotions just ripped me yesterday. Like, I mean, I guess like if I'm internally like holding back all day, like that's what makes me tired. But I mean, I guess it could just be the years of the holding back, and then now it's like I have blissful moments. I guess in the bliss or in the happiness, you forget. Um, you don't focus. Like, your body's not holding back because like the bliss and stuff is in control. But then when you get those glooms of those clouds, you get painted blue. Like, you're struggling, and you just get tired. Get sleepy. And then again, like, it's the same thing. It's like we do everything to run away. Like, that's why people sleep forever. I'm not used to do it. But my body's tired too. It's weird. It's super weird too. Like, I mean, I know every pattern of me. Dude, if I go to bed at 9 or 10 o'clock, I'm up at 2. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. But then there's nothing to do. And then by 6 in the morning, 7 o'clock, I'm tired again. Because I had to sit there and do nothing. Because there's nothing to do. But then if I go to bed after 12, then, I can wake up in 8 hours. But I sleep 8 hours then. It's weird. But then, I don't know, I read something many, many years ago, like, the sleep the effects of sleep before 12 and then the effects of sleep after, it's different. I guess it just kind of has to do with vibration of the sun rays and light and stuff like that. And then the rhythm of the world. And that's it. Like, you think of people who work night shifts, like, they have a certain amount of problems. Their bodies do. They get off clock and they're not going with the flow. Like, it's just weird. You're going against the resistance of the world, of the cycles, of the processes. You know, and you think of like country living with no power, like back in the day, like, what do they do? Like, the sun went down, like, they burned candles, but that's different. And they go to sleep. Like, they didn't have radio or TV to focus on. Like, you could read a book, but you're not sitting in front of something like that's choosing the programming that's going on you. Like, it's weird, you know. So back then, like, you know, work on a ranch or a farm, like, you get up with the sun. Like, when you go camping, it's weird. Like, you can work night shifts, whatever, and then you go camping and you wake up when the sun comes up, like, automatically. I mean, not always, I guess, but you know, you probably wake up pretty soon when the sun comes up. It resets you because that light, the rays, touch your skin, and it triggers you. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's cool. It's real cool. You know, and it's weird. I feel we've been doing so many things different, and I know nothing. A lot of stuff that I do, I don't even know where it comes from. I just feel like I should do it. Like, I have no tangible knowledge of why I did it. Like, I don't have a book that I can remember reading or a video that I remember watching that even suggested that this is what I should do. But yet I do it, and I feel good doing it. That's what's weird. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is like, and we do know that obviously, like, everything that feels good is not good, per se. I guess the repercussions, the roll of the dice, the chance, getting gifts, getting gifts that last forever. But I think I can heal them. I think I can heal those gifts. I think we all can. Oh, we know. I mean, our bodies are made to heal. Like, every poison in this earth, like, there's the opposite of that to cure it in this earth. Like, that's the way it works. Any kind of disease, like, we have something to cure it. Like, we do. Like, the earth produces it. You know, and then when we as humans, like, try and play God and create things, viruses or, like, whatever, or blend species together or this or that, like, the stuff that's not supposed to be done, I guess. Like, you would have to look at what the motives are. I don't know. You know, and that kind of goes back to the Tower of Babel stuff. Like, there are rules. There has to be. Otherwise, if you start just doing whatever, you know, like, that's weird. Like, there's got to be some kind of rules, I guess, which is good. This is why I'm talking, because there's the balance. You know, when it started, I was like, love makes sense now, and I was coming from a world of rules, of all these strict rules that made zero sense. But they only made zero sense because I didn't have the love aspect too. And now we're saying that there has to be rules. Because to really appreciate love, like, there's got to be rules on love. Otherwise, it's not real love. Because you can't just give everyone love, like complete love, like that's, because then it doesn't mean anything. So you gotta set rules and boundaries and treat people different. Give love, differently to each individual person. Cater to that. Figure out how they accept love. I mean, that's, I guess, the love language stuff. I don't know. I didn't read those books. It makes sense to me. Like if someone loves food, like, and that's how they, and you cook them something good, like that's fire. Like you took the time. And that's funny because, like, time. Like, for someone who didn't care about time, I cared about time back then. In a weird way. Like, I hated wasting time cooking. I hated wasting time eating. Like, it made zero sense to me, like, to cook all day long and eat it in 2 minutes. Like, that makes zero sense back then. But it's all how you see it. It's the perspective that you put on it. Like, I'll be like, well, I'll just throw it in the microwave, bro. Or not even. Like, especially leftovers. Like, man, I'm not heating it up because I don't want to wait the 1 minute to warm it up. Like, so even then I deemed what things were waste of time back then. And now, like, I'll sit in a restaurant for an hour and a half. Like, who cares? And like, what's weird is, like, I used to mix my food. Now I don't even mix it, really. I eat one thing at a time, and I enjoy it in the moment. So if I eat green beans and it takes me 10 minutes to eat green beans one at a time, multiple bites of the green bean, like little bites, like I eat little bites now, and I enjoy it. But I also don't eat all day either. Like I supplement my food with, protein shakes and stuff like that, because that way I can truly enjoy the one meal I have a day, but yet I can still have my metabolism going fast by giving it food or nutrition. So like I said, everything I do is for a reason, and then that's my special time. That's an energy surge, and I get tired. That's what I get tired at too a lot. I guess it's that flexing. But then that's why I don't even really have to work out either. Because I'm getting the flex that I need every day, one time a day, while I'm enjoying something else. It's multifaceted. It's literally me saving time. It's brilliant in the sense of, like, I'm doing multiple things that I love and enjoy, and I'm loving it so much, and that I have to do it every day, or I get upset. I don't feel right, like me wearing a black shirt when I always wear green, and it feels different. So I program that, and in a very short time. That's what's crazy. They say 21 days and then 66 days to lock it in completely, to change a habit, or to form a habit. I did it less than, maybe. Because, like, my body's primed for it. Like, my body, it's like me knowing I'm gonna lay my head down. Like last night, like I was preparing in my brain, but my body was also preparing. Like, it knows. It's weird. Like, if you become say you came home every day and you ran yourself a bath, like, and you learned to love that moment, and like you anticipated it every single day, like, if you are aware enough, your energy will change. Like, you will feel it. Like, when like it's 5 o'clock and you're fixing to clock out, like, your body is gonna prepare, and it's gonna be heightened, and then it's gonna, I think the endorphins and whatever the chemicals are, like, it's gonna release it automatically before you even touch the water. Because it knows what you're going to do. You've already predicted the future. And it's not that you predicted it. I mean, you did kind of, but you also, it's because you made the future happen. You manifested that. And then if you keep doing it, it's probably like if you go to the gym every day. Like you get that high. Like you know your body's ready for it. It makes you feel good. You get pumped. Like that's why you keep going. Because what it does is you start getting prepared for it earlier and earlier and earlier. And then that's where that drive comes. Probably, maybe the drive is an hour ahead. Like it's pushing you, like your body's walking towards it and you have no control. Like it's tuning up for it. Like your muscles are relaxing a little bit, flexing, bouncing, whatever, getting loose because they know it's fixing to work hard and grow. And so whatever chemicals they start pushing you and start changing things that put resources in areas that they know they need it. Like that's how fire you are. Like you're crazy. Like humans are crazy. And we do it. We do it without knowing. So now that you know, like how much more can you change? How much more in control can you be? Over yourself. And then, choosing what's good and not good for you. That's what's crazy. And then I'm sitting here now. It's like, what's good for me? What's not good for me? I know what makes me feel bad. And it would be different if it just made me feel bad. But like my body's like shuts down. So I'm trying to figure out like, well, how do I override that? And then the override, like I can't. I don't know how. Because it's trying to force me to do something I don't want to do. Oh, it would be. To the core. Like it's different if like, I don't know. If the light was turning, yellow and I already had momentum, like either I can try and slam on the brakes or I can just, go. Like what's easier? I don't know. The only difference is it'd be like the opposite. Like something's holding me back and stopping me from doing it. Like the car is rolling backwards and you need to go forward. So like now I have to stop the roll, all that energy, that inertia, and then direct it the other way. Like that's hard. And it takes time. Like it can't stop it in a second. Or whatever, I have to disperse that kinetic energy somewhere. So it's gonna have to go through me. Like if I'm standing in front of the car, stopping it. And then I gotta redirect it and create my own energy and push forward again. So I guess that's what I gotta do. I gotta figure out a way to get rid of the bad energy and then replace it with good. Moving forward instead of backwards. Maybe. Just forget it. Just leave the car. Let the car do what it wants and walk away because it's not worth it. Whatever, the car's gonna do what the car does. If I leave it alone, at some point it will stop. Who knows? It's not my car. Whatever. Who knows? But I'm tired. Today was cool. Fun. Talking to people. Eating. Seeing a red cornel, and a woodpecker. Just doing his thing. Just living. Eating. That's what's crazy is animals, man. They don't think. I guess that's what makes them animals. But their processes are just, I need to survive and procreate. That's it. They don't plan. They're kind of like me. Like they never planned anything. That's not good. But it works. But they fight and they're cruel. They kill each other. They're territorial and also beautiful and amazing. And everything they do is for a purpose. And that purpose is to survive and procreate. So we're just one step higher, I guess. I don't know. Like, what we can think. So then it would need to be the balance of like, what would the balance be? So survival mode, which means, just make it, survive, and procreate. And what the opposite of that be? Just not survive, but to thrive, and to be abundant. And the abundance is just having a little bit more than you need, so you can share. It doesn't mean being greedy. It doesn't mean being Scrooge. It doesn't mean me be a red dragon and just love money and stockpile it and only do things for money, and then you end up by yourself, alone, and then you're the last dragon left on the world, like in the movies. That's all it is. It's funny. It's like you had to be a dragon to get all that money. You had to have power. You had to be feared. You had to do things that other people wouldn't do. You had to be one of a kind. Like, that's cool. But maybe you have all these abilities. Maybe there's a better way. Like, you don't have to be alone. Give some of that money away. Understand it's just not about you. Like, you did it already. Like, cool. You got it. But now what? You can't share it with anybody because everyone's afraid of you. You don't let anyone close enough to you. That's gotta be lonely. Because that is weird. Like, I mean, sometimes I get whatever and I'll go buy something like to make me feel better. I've done it. It doesn't really make me feel better. Really. Honestly, it never does. But it doesn't. But material things never. That's good. I program myself to to rebel so much against material things. Probably, it's so funny that they don't invoke emotion, except socks and shoes. But then I know they're gonna get dirty, and they're only cool for a minute, the first time, which is weird. But it's just because they're material. That's the thing. It's like they're never gonna be different. The experience is never gonna be different. Like, you put shoes on for the first time, like that's gonna be every time after that. It's always gonna be the same. Like, that sucks. That's boring. But like with human beings, like you do something with them for the first time, like the next time's gonna be different. And the time after that, and the time after that. And every time. And you may think it's not, but that's your perception. Like, focus more, be more aware. Each time is gonna be a little bit different. Look for that and enjoy it. And focus on that, not the same. Because now, like, the more you spend together with people, like, the more you grow, the more you learn. The more, like, every time you're building, you're learning more. It's more of the book, more of the video, and it's always running, and it's gonna last forever, or until your time is done with that other person. Like, that's cool. Like, that's why people are important, because it's the most entertaining thing in the world. It's the most exciting thing in the world. Like, you never know what you're gonna get. Like, that's cool. That's why I like the things I like. So I'm attracted to the things that I'm attracted to. That's why I talk the way I talk. And I think about it, like, it's like I'm listening to myself talk, and it's so weird. It's up and down. It's all around. It's different thoughts. Like, it's weird. And it's like the mental health issue. Like, I didn't believe in that. I know it's not that maybe I didn't. I just didn't think about it. I thought people were just weak because like I lived my whole life without, with just a blanket of no emotion, right? So therefore, obviously, I thought people whose emotions like fluctuated up and down were weird. Like, that's not real. It can't be real because mine doesn't do that. That's stupid logic. Just because I'm not that way doesn't mean someone else isn't that way. I got it wrong. Because now I'm living it. Because now I actually am happy sometimes, all the time, really, in the grand scheme of things. I pity party myself sometimes. It just feels so uncomfortable. And I would like to share with somebody. You know, you'd like to be held by somebody. You like someone to truly listen to you, not judge you. That's all everyone wants. Anyone wants. I don't think if you was ask everyone in the world, like deep down, whether they don't really like, no one would say like, like I don't want to be like hugged completely, like or you know held or cradled or just somewhere where I felt safe, or someone just engulfed me in them in their presence and didn't judge you. Like, there was no like they were just being with you. Like, there's no one in the world that would say I don't want that. If they do, that's weird. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. Because that's what we're programmed to do. We just didn't get it early, and so like we just suppressed it, and then it's like the act itself is at the bottom of this of a building. Like, they built over it with all this information, and so like in order, like that's what we need. We needed the safety and security from our parents, and then you get it, and then you grow up, and then you're like, I don't want this from them anymore. Like, I want some of it, but there's more to it, right? Like the procreation part, like the partnership, um, like, and you don't do that with your parents. You have to find your mate, and you do that with somebody else. Like, that's what we all want. That's what we're all striving for. Like, literally, all of us. But some of us have a building over that, and we didn't know we want it. We all want it. It's just down there. It got clouded. It got covered up. We got to bring down that building and find it again, and then build from the ground up with new information that was hidden. It's very simple. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I see it now. And it may not be simple. I mean, maybe it's just a glass building and you can look down there and you can see it. But you don't know what it means. You can't feel it because it's like in a vault. Like, you get to see you want it, or you think you want it, because it's the foundation of everything. But you've never felt it. And it's scary because you're all the way in the skyscraper and you're comfortable up there and you can see a different view of all the stuff that you created and you're protected because you're up high. And you built your house upon a rock. Like, you know it's not going to break. The only way it can break is by the one who made it. Because you know the weaknesses to it. Like, you're strong human beings. We created this. Like, we're strong. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're your worst enemy. You're your best enemy. And sometimes you gotta be your own enemy to change. You know, to demo that building so you can break into your vault and get what you need to be the best you and what you deserve. Like, you deserve that. You deserve that from the beginning, to be loved. Who knows what else is in that vault? Your inheritance of abundance. And abundance doesn't mean wealth. It's not about wealth. But then again, like, I have healthy and wealthy written on my arm as well. But like I said, like, anything on my arm, honestly, like, it doesn't have anything to do with a dollar bill. Abundant, like I said, it means I'm abundant in joy and life and happiness and love and hope and being healthy. And I equivalent being healthy is being wealthy. Because if you're not healthy, then what's the point of having the wealth? If it was a dollar sign. Well, you can't even do anything. You can have all the money in the world, but you can't even walk to your car. You gotta ride a scooter everywhere. You can't go swimming. You can't wash yourself. Like, that sucks. Like, health is very important. And some of us don't, some of us don't have that. Some of us aren't in control of that. And those are different reasons. I don't understand those reasons. I don't like those reasons, but those reasons are out of my control. I don't have the knowledge for that. I can't justify it. But I don't see it from the higher perspective, the perspective that way up there. I have an ideal. I'm not going to speak on it. Because it's a very touchy subject. And I have no place, I have no fight. I have no words in that fight. Like, I haven't lived it. I'm just going to stay away from it. I can help if someone asks. Well, I don't know if I can help, but I can give them my perspective. It may not be right. More than likely, probably not. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff. I don't know if I'm right on any of it. I feel like I'm right on a lot of it. Or I have good logic or intent behind it. Like I said, as long as we're not harming each other, I think, a lot of things fly. But I think we need to make rules, obviously. Because it's not fair. It's just not fair. Like, to go do what the hell you want to do all the time. Because there's repercussions to everything. Even me, I did it. If I run around giving myself away to everybody, like maybe nothing happens. But it's just not fair. Because you're tricking the other party. Maybe they get attached, they don't get attached, and then they get stuck in whatever. Like, you don't know how you're affecting other people, so I need to be very mindful of that too. That's why I try and treat people so different. And I don't touch people. Depending on certain situations, like, I try and put off vibes that would not allude to things sometimes. But then I get clouded as well. I mean, obviously. Because I create fantasies in my head. And it's not like they're bad fantasies. It's just like, the what if fantasies or this or that. Or, well, I'm still working on stuff, but like, you just need to be mindful of what you're doing and how you're approaching other people and like what you're saying and the way you're looking, and your body movement. And some of that stuff you can't control. But you also don't want to like, I don't want to do something, I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. Like maybe me doing that stuff is wrong. Maybe stuff is supposed to happen the way it happens. Maybe it's a bigger picture thing. Maybe whatever. I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff. I just need to be mindful and hopefully have good intentions, even though no one cares what's in the tent. By the end of it, who cares? No one cares. That's not gonna make whatever happens happen. Like, okay, if it turns out bad for somebody, or they don't accept it well, or they run away, or whatever. That's what's weird. It's like, so then I question myself, like, well, I don't know. So I gotta be better than that. I gotta think even further than that. I gotta prepare even more than that. Even if my intent's well, like, then I still need to predict, like, if the action's still even fine. Like, I need to make sure the action's fine, like, no matter what. Like, it doesn't harm them. They can maybe form something, like, different, like, but as long as it doesn't physically hurt somebody, I don't know. Whatever. I have no idea. But yeah, I try to be mindful of that. And maybe I'm not good at it. I haven't had enough experience. But it's weird. Like, a lot of times I do stuff now, and I have a blank intent. I can't explain it. It's like, and maybe I have subconscious intents back there, but I try and bat those away in the sense of like, in no point in time. But then, is this some of the reason why I'm doing this? And I always check myself, and then it controls me, whatever decision I make. But yeah, I try and just do things with my heart. It's kind of how I separate stuff. I try and do things with my heart, and then try and stay from like things that affect people physically. And that may not be the right way to do it, but it's almost like how I draw a line, right, with people. Because if I think, yeah, I don't know. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm just not good at it. I don't have enough information. I have enough practice dealing with people, like, not in business settings, like, where I know, like, what the exchange rate is. Like, what? Like, this is it. This is what needs to be done. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I just wish some things were different in this world. A little bit different. It'd definitely make it easier. It'd definitely make it easier for me. It would solve a lot of problems. And it would save a lot of time for me. Because ultimately, like, I need to get to the point where, like I said, I'm not in my head all the time. Because it's a waste of time. Making fantasies and movies in your head is a waste of time. Because you could be wrong. And like I said, I don't do that with work. Because that's straightforward. Like, it's tangible. Like, the tangible outcomes to that. Like, I can predict those. Those are easy. But when it involves other human beings, like, it's not easy at all. It's so confusing. It's not even confused. I'm the confused one because I'm creating a bunch of pilot shows all at the same time. And then I gotta watch them all. And then it confuses me because it can go so many different ways and none of them could be true at all. Well, it could be a mix. It's such a waste of time. It's pitiful. It's freaking pitiful. Because then you have then I have this infinite hope. This infinite imagination. I used to make fun of my little brother when he was little. Because he always just played in his imagination. Dude, I was doing it the whole time. I didn't even know it. I should have got made fun of. I don't know. I told him sorry a couple times. I mean it. It's weird. I'm sorry. I didn't know any better. It's embarrassing. Let the kid play. What was he harming? Nothing. He was living in his own world that he created, and he was happy there. Your little punk brother, your old punk brother, making fun of you. That's stupid. Can't take it back, but I can say I'm sorry when I didn't know any better. And then I can not do it again to somebody else. He was the martyr for that. I'm sorry. I don't know if it would have changed anything. I think he still played in his imagination, but maybe he just, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know. I'm excited to hear this one, I guess, maybe, and whatever. See how my voice is different. See how my thoughts are different, being in a different setting. And it's a different length. I mean, it's still kind of long, but I'm gonna cut it just to cut it at some point. I'm tired. I got birds flying in the gutters, climbing in the roof. Let them be. Whatever. I don't know. Life is cool though. But I do wish we knew each other's intentions. That would be cool, man. I wish I had some balls sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes you just don't. You got something comfortable and you just don't want to mess it up. Like you think you're gonna mess it up, but you may not. You know? You just never know. But then again, that's part of the risk of the game. That's what sucks. Some things you just don't want to risk. Like you'd rather have a glimpse of it than lose all of it. Right? You'd rather have the world that you created, and not, you're not completely proud of it yet or happy with it, but it's just still happy, and you don't want to do something that could jeopardize that. Because, and that may not even be the case. Or it could be the case. Who knows? I'm not a good gauge for that. I don't have enough. I'm still coming from who I am. Like I'm trying to figure out who I am in this world. And what I am. And am I who I think I can be? What is my worth? Can someone else see it? It's weird. I don't know. Do I even have time? Which is not even a question because I'll make time. That's the whole point. It's like you're gonna do whatever it is. If you want it bad enough, you're gonna sacrifice something else and get in so you can share your time. You know. Maybe I need to just spend more time with me. Maybe this has not been long enough, or maybe not. Maybe this is good enough, and I can continue to grow. But delegate my time other places too. But I know, cause this is what me like. I understand, like I love music, and music's been my biggest companion. But I understand that when I do get a tangible companion, then the music has got to go. Not always. I still have the time when I'm gone by myself in my truck. But it doesn't mean I can listen to music all day, every day. That's not fair. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice my time and give it to the people. And that's fine. I'm willing to do that. Like I know I have to do that. I've listened to music for a long time. I've even thought about just quit listening to music. Um, or even trying to create music in my own head. In a weird way. Not really. Not like a physical, tangible music. I mean, maybe I could do that. But just more of like just be more aware of everything around me, and that's music. You know, like the sound of the wind and me breathing and whatever, me brushing my arm against the wall and the sounds of whatever and whatever, the sounds of voices and just, you know, just get rid of that music. Music's not bad, but then you're covering stuff up, I guess. Like you're missing out on something because your ears are covered. Your senses are gone. And I see it. Maybe that's my problem in certain situations. Like maybe I don't cross my arms anymore, but if I have headphones in, then obviously like um, they understand where I'm giving my time, and then so they don't feel welcomed in my time. So maybe I need to change that if I want some kind of results. I need to make people feel welcome all the time. I don't know. Just need to be more strict on that with the rules and stuff. I guess. I don't know. I can see it. I thought about it a couple weeks ago, before I even started talking about music and the amount of time I give it. And then, over the last couple of days, like, I'm giving away my power. But it does invoke things, and well, maybe when I'm painting, I'm doing stuff for myself. I can listen to music, and that's fine. And then it makes it even sweeter, like I've done with the food, and eating. It makes those times even special because the less you have it, the more you can appreciate it. And I guess that's a lot of everything I'm doing. Is if I didn't have it, now I'm really wanting to do whatever I can to really appreciate it and keep it and enjoy it so much more now. Because you understand the opposites. If I had a bunch of kids, dude, I would have been the worst dad ever, probably. Probably not. I probably would have been a decent father, but before now, maybe. But I wouldn't have been able to hold them. I would have tried I guess. I've gotten better. That's the whole point. It's like, even over the last couple of years, like it's I now that I look back at the growth, I can see it. It's weird. It started before a year ago, and I didn't know, but it was a lot slower then. And then I think God just like, dude, he's like, I tried to ease you in it, bro, but you so slow like a turtle. You a ninja turtle, bro. You slow. You ain't gonna do it because you're so damn stubborn. He's like, I'm making you do it a little bit, but then it took so long. And finally, he was just like, nah, bro. You tough. You can handle it. Open the floodgates. Get buck. Be who you are. Stand firm. I got you. I got you. It's gonna be tough. Every day, you're gonna start understanding time. Like days are long, bro. Days are infinite. It's weird. It's so long. Like a day is so long. Now, like when I used to work, I didn't take lunch breaks or nothing. Like I just didn't like it. I didn't like stopping. Like you go and then that's why I didn't eat. Like I ate. Like that's why I ate when I got home. And like I said, I programmed myself. Like if I would eat in the morning, then I'd be hungry. So like if I didn't eat, then I didn't have to eat until I got home. I wouldn't get hungry. I wouldn't be distracted. So I would just work until I was done, and then I would eat. But like, I never like claimed to be a fast worker. I mean, I do things fast, but it's more the act of steady. Just work steady, work all day. I don't stop. Don't go take 35 bathroom breaks. That's kind of why I got rid of Facebook for a long time. It's like because it was a waste of time. And I'm trying to like, I kind of got trapped into the Facebook thing again and Instagram thing again. Now I'm like, this is kind of a waste of time, but not really, because there's people there, and people need people they want to feel seen. So I'll scan through there and check out the posts and like things that I like, and if I don't like it, I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna thumbs down. I don't know if you can thumbs down or not, but I'm not gonna comment some rude comment or something. Just let them be. At the end of the day, it's not worth it. If you don't like what someone puts, like, who cares? Don't give them your time. Simple. But they believe in it. They built that conclusion based on the information that they have. Whatever. I don't have to believe in it. I could think it's stupid, but it doesn't matter. You can think everything I do is stupid. I don't care. I'm still doing it because it makes me happy. It's that simple. But we don't have to cross paths if we don't want to. I still love you. I used to be so mean. Especially like when I drink. That's why I don't drink anymore. It's embarrassing. I don't understand it. Like I never drink a lot, like all the time. But I think I have those cycles imprinted in me, right? So like it's hard for me to do anything a long period of time. Not really. Whatever. Sometimes I watch myself because then I'll stop doing something for a minute and then I'm good for a month or whatever, and then I get a routine again and do it whatever. Then I find myself and then I just walk away and then find myself doing it again. I mean, escaping, whatever. But yeah, man, acting a fool, bro. Like I mean, yeah, and I knew. People knew. Like when I would go drink, I was like, dude, you know what's gonna happen? Like, I know what's gonna happen. Are you okay with that? Are you guys gonna take care of me? You can control me, little cozy. Acting a fool, doing something stupid, I'm gonna black out. You know I'm gonna double fist it and drink as much as possible in a short amount of time, and then when I wake up the next day, when I throw up in someone's car, like that's embarrassing. I can't take it back. I can say I'm sorry. I was a child. I was hurt, I guess. Um, it's freaking embarrassing. It was perfect, I guess. There's real repercussions. People had to deal with that for a while. Like if you throw up in someone's car, they gotta smell that forever. That sucks. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's embarrassing. Really. So that's why I don't really drink much anymore. Every now and then I'll go drink a couple beers. But even through this journey, like I've even tried to push my limits now, but it's different. Like alcohol is different now. Like my body is different now. Like it doesn't affect. It doesn't. Yeah. It doesn't really affect me like it used to. Like I could drink. I could drink a lot. Like I handle a freaking something and not even be hungover. I don't really enjoy it. And so really I just like was like, this is stupid then, because it's not the result that I had before. And I never really liked that result anyways, but I just wanted to test it. And so it's like, well, it does. I'm naturally high all the time now. And so I watch myself like, because I was such an introvert, that now like it's cool. Like I get naturally high and I can't sit still now with people. So like I don't need to drink because I'm already feeling like I already have this weird extra energy in me when I'm with people. So I don't need like a confidence boost anymore either. Like because obviously like the alcohol makes you 10 foot tall and bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? And when you think you're a midget, you needed that spirit. You act a fool, or act yourself, honestly, with a little with less reserves. I mean, all it does is intensify your thoughts. Whether you're holding back, like you just don't hold back as much anymore. Like when, because you become more confident and just whatever that you had inside of you just comes out until you just act a fool. You go crazy. You do things you would never have done because your inhibitions are gone. Mostly because you're chasing a feeling. So that's where like I'm trying to check myself here. I was like, I know I'm chasing a feeling. So where's the balance now? Like, am I taking it to the extreme? But I don't. There's not any bad repercussions so far from me following my feelings. Now there's gonna be a transition period, and I'm in it, and it sucks. And like I said, I'm gonna have to walk away from things, but whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Just whatever. You know. Pouring out a Gatorade. You're welcome. It's funny. You listen this long, whatever. Yeah, whatever. You listen to that long. I'm pouring out a Gatorade. It's a big Gatorade bottle. Lemon lime. Stupid. Stupid. I could have just hit the pause button, but whatever. Welcome to my world, man. It is what it is. I mean, like I said, all this is for me, ultimately. And I'm gonna laugh. Like when I listen to this again and I do that, I'm gonna laugh. It's hilarious. Not really. Probably rude, I guess, but I wanted to pull the Gatorade bottle out, so I did. I have OCD. Can't just let it fester. There's more in than there is out, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. This is fun. It's cool. April, man. April. New month. My month. Not really my month, but I like April, I guess. It's weird. Especially I'm gonna have to be real focused this year. To kind of see. I hated birthdays, always. And now with this little bit more information, like if my body remembers my birthday, and I don't know how it would do that other than me subconsciously knowing it was April 27th, or the fourth month of the year, 4/27ish. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm back. Even though it only seemed like a second. I was gone for a minute. Had to take care of some whatever. But I was thinking about biology. Biology was cool, man. I remember when I was in school, like, biology was cool. The science part stuff, like, that was cool. Really. It was simple. I just got it. Like, I liked it. But then again, like I said, if I'm infatuated with people now, it makes sense. I mean, because you learn what you like. Obviously, like, you cater to what you like. It's that simple. Like, I knew it back then. That's what's so crazy is a lot of this stuff is like, it's just like we already knew it. We all know all of it already. We just have to slow down. There has to be a catalyst to make you stop and, like, say, wait a minute. This was what I'm doing. Like, why am I doing it? Not just what am I doing, but why am I doing it? And what caused me to do it? What caused me to like this? So maybe even before, like, unless you're just doing something crazy, like, that's just killing you every day, like, that's different, I guess. But maybe you should stop that and then ask why. But, like, a lot of the stuff, like, just maybe you should just reevaluate. I should just reevaluate why which is what I'm doing, why I'm doing everything, and why I do it. To make sure my intent is good, make sure the outcome is good or clean, not harming anyone, not scarring people, hopefully, not making their See, but I can't control that because I do it. I can't control what it looks like I'm doing with my interactions with people. Like, if I'm just being friendly, like, how do I put off that I'm just being friendly, or I just love you, but, like, in a different weird unconditional love type thing. And then, because I don't want people to be playing make 'em ups in their head like I do, because it's stupid. It's not stupid, but it's you just cause your own demise. You're making your own movie without the permission of the other people. It's funny. Stupid. It's a waste of time. And there's nothing good that comes from it. Really. What's wrong with me? That's funny. Well, I know I did it, and I do it. But then, like I said, I'm imprinted with that. Chasing that infinite hope feeling, whatever that may be. Maybe I got it right. Maybe that is the real feeling, though. Like, that being that I have it, maybe that's my gift. And if my vibration goes into your world, and I put off that infinite hope vibration, right? And you come into my world, and you come into my vibration, then you're stepping into that infinite hope vibration. And maybe that's my purpose. Because we'll mirror each other. And as I get stronger, at guarding and not taking on people's emotions, which is me just trying not to Maybe I mean just not trying to fix people's stuff, and in doing so, like I have to quit. That's the whole point. It's like I have to quit trying to fix people's stuff. I have to do both. I can't like right now in this season. I have to do the opposite, so I can find balance. Um, I think that's where I'm at. It's like if all I did was fix people's problems, physical like materialistic problems, then now I have to do the opposite. Which means I can't fix any for a season. Or really, really, really scale down. Just so I can rest. Um, until I can be not feel tired. Because the mental journey is so tiring. Like my body is healthy now. Like I can, like that's what's cool. It's like now I have like an 18-year-old body again, and I don't get tired like physically. But the issue is like I'm doing so much emotional work that like that overruns it, and then I end up just drained. But it's different, but it's still the same. Um, it's even worse because it controls my body, right? Like if my body was tired, whatever, I would know. Like I still have a zombie mode. Like when it's 110 degrees outside, I'm cutting grass. Like I'm good in the morning, but by the end of the day, I'm in zombie mode. Like it's just automatically walking, but it's super slow. Like I can't speed it up or slow it down. It's just what I got, to finish the day. It's not good or bad, but this is different because like I'm so emotionally drained. Like, and that controls my body. Like my body's not physically tired, but I physically can't do anything. Like I can't explain it. Like whatever drives me. Like I don't have the zombie mode anymore. Like I can't even be a zombie. Like that's too much. That's what makes this season hard, because I can't force myself to do anything. And I can't think, really. Which is fine, but I can't, it's not that I can't think, I just can't do. Whatever that entails. Like I can't think to do. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I need an external source to like hook me up, bruh. Give me some strength, bruh. Maybe I need to go jump in the lake. Get nurtured by nature. I don't know. I don't know the answers to this or to that yet. But this is an experiment. And it's working well. Now I'm starting to see progress. I think yesterday I said I didn't see progress. But I am now. I guess I'm happy, I guess. I don't know, I haven't slowed down enough. I haven't understood emotions enough to really even pinpoint the different emotions. Other than like maybe this feels good. And then my baseline good is wrapped in morals, right? For the most part. Maybe. I don't know. Kind of, sort of. Like I said, as long as I don't infringe on somebody else's free will, like, and I'm not harming other people, do unto others, you do unto you. I mean, that statement right there in itself is fire. Like, we didn't understand it. We thought it was physical stuff. And it is. But that's only one aspect of it, not the totality of it. And it's like Christianity. It's like they gave us the rules and regulations and then gave us the punishment and reward. There's a punishment and reward system, and we know that those fail. They're wrong. Because it depends on who's making the punishment and rewards, or so-called, and then they're making the rules based on whoever's making the rules, the rule maker. That's why the 10 Commandments are different. Like if you really look at them, like they're different than like the Jewish law. Like, come on, bro. Like it's very simple. Like don't get jealous. And if somebody else is somebody's thing, like don't go after it. Well, some of that stuff's more complicated, I guess, but ultimately it's not. You know, but yeah, treat others the way you want to be treated. It's just you have to love yourself first, and like I said, everything else falls into place. If you love yourself, you're not gonna want to hurt yourself. And if you're not gonna want to hurt yourself, you're not gonna want to hurt others. Like it's that simple. It's like it's the foundation. Like we had a jaded foundation. We locked it in the we locked it in the vault in the basement, and then we built up with just random crap based on whatever we thought was right. And it's I mean whatever at the time it was right, I guess, as long as you didn't hurt people or yourself in the process. But you know, most everything we do hurts us. But that's just kind of the world we're in. Like we gotta fix that. We gotta start eating healthier. Get rid of all these chemicals. I don't know. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you switch. Like you can't. We can't do it at a big scale. Like you have to do it in small communities, which is what you know. Like I said, that's why I may build communities in the future. And I think that's the way it's going to be done. It has to be done. Like we can't have one ruler over all. I mean, we can. But what I'm saying is, like, we can't have um, huge cities like we do anymore. Like, it doesn't work. It can't work. Because then there's too many people in power. And absolute power pollutes absolutely. Or something like that. I think some people could be capable of it. But you gotta be a strong-minded human being. And you gotta have a partner. You can't, there's no way. You do that by yourself? No way. No way. Impossible. Probably. I would assume. I would assume. Yeah. Like, there's no way. Even if you were strong against one individual, like, you know, you get strong armed by tons of people, like, you're gonna do something shady at some point. That's why I'm not a cop. It's very simple. The point was the time that I had to choose, I looked at my life and was like, there's good cops and there's bad cops. And I think it's more like this. There's you're a good cop in the beginning, most of the time, you know, if you're a good human being. And then over time you get jaded. Like it's very simple. You could be the best guy in the world, but then you get rammed up with a partner, and next thing you know, he does one shady thing. You have to turn your head. Like that's bad. Like that starts a cycle. And then you turn your head once, and then you turn your head twice, and next thing you know, 20 years from now, you've done some shady stuff. And not overall, you may not be bad, but for me, that makes zero sense. Like if I'm going to take an oath to protect people and serve them, even though that's not what police do, it's not protect and serve anymore. It's a business. It's a corporation. To get money and then provide something, whatever. Like we need safety, but that's just because humans aren't capable of taking care of themselves. There's too many sheep. And they don't want to take, like they don't want that. They don't want responsibility. I didn't want responsibility. I made my life the way it is, like all of it. I can't be mad at it. I don't have kids. I made it that way. I was afraid of that responsibility at the time. Even now, I'm still probably afraid. I'll face it. I'm gonna do the best I can, and then more, because I have to. I don't have a choice. I don't want to be what I saw. I want to create. I want to imagine a better life for them and then create it. I want to imagine what I can be and then create it. And it could be wrong. I hope not. I'm going to do everything in my power to imagine the right things and then create them. So they're not tainted like me. Hopefully. And if they are, like I said, if I adopt whatever, then I'm going to do my best to counteract whatever damage has been done. But the scars are going to be there. And it's never going to be the same. But maybe I can teach them how to deal with the scars like I dealt with them. But in a better way. Because I didn't deal with them in a good way then. But I'm getting better, and then hopefully they don't have to go through a long transition period of suckiness. Really not that bad, but it is at the same time. It's hard to explain. It's just constant overwhelm. Constantly overwhelming. If I can explain it, that I don't know how else. It's just a lot. But it's cool. I'm making it. So these talks are fun. And then re-listening to them is even better. It helps me so much. So much more. And what's crazy is the programming. Like, this is fire. This is true fire. Because, so now, I'm watching myself. And so if I speak today, and then I listen to this multiple times, like tomorrow, these ideals will come up with my conversations with human beings. Like, I've watched myself just over the last couple of days. It's fire. Like, I programmed it. And then it's almost like I'm, like, in these experiences with these humans, like, it's coming up to these talks. It's weird. Like, everything is leading to whatever I prepared for the night before. Or the day before when I recorded these things. Like, it's cool. It's cool to watch. You question yourself a lot, whether or not these are just coincidences. I think that in the bigger picture of things, that's where some of the confusion comes from, is because you're questioning whether or not everything that's going on that's happened to me in the last, in the months, are coincidences, or is it literal, like law of attraction stuff? Changing my vibration. I don't know about that stuff, man. I don't know. I know a little bit. I know enough. I spent my time. That's what's crazy. It's like, I remember the election happened, and dude, I watched. I've always been infatuated with law, anyways, but because it's like anything else, it's based on perspective. Like, that's what college was. Like, I loved constitutional issues. Like, that was fire class. That was super fire class, because it doesn't matter about nothing. It only matters about your teacher and what he wants you to answer. So the point is, it was the hardest class I ever took. That one was a difficult class because a lot of it was verbatim, and then, like, with a twist of what it means, and it can mean anything depending on what the teacher wants you to say, like what his interpretation of the law would be. That's why law is crazy, and it's unjust. To be honest with you, it's not for the people by any means. It's for the corporations. To lock people up for a joint for forever. And you murder someone, you're out in 8 years. Like, come on, bro. Really? I didn't infringe on someone's free will, and I'm here forever? Or 3 strikes in California? Like, come on, bro. Let's smoke some weed. Smoke some grass. Some poke salad. That's stupid. Like, who cares? Alcohol's way worse. Dude, it makes me black out, bro. It makes me act a fool. It makes me want to protect every single female in the world. Even though they don't need protection. They're strong enough. It's the dudes that are just, we get, I don't know, whatever. Every situation's different, but have some weird protection for women. But that was mostly, I think, because I think I always wanted someone to walk in and save my mom. Like, I didn't think it was fair. She had to raise 4 of us by herself, like, all because of a choice of somebody else. Well, that sucks. But life's not fair. But, when women are amazing. Like, they're freaking strong as crap. But they can't do we can't do what they do. They're just they're different. They're built different. It's fire. Why would you not? I don't get it. It's fire. It's kind of like the Nemesis thing. It's like, why would you not want the best for everybody? Like, why would you not want the best for your old lady? Why would you not want her to be happy and be her best self all the time? Why would you not want her opinion? I mean, as long as she had a good opinion and she wasn't, broke, super, I don't know. But that goes with time. Like, you guys gotta build together and trust. I think that's probably what I'm missing right now. I'm missing the external stuff, like of trusting and respecting someone and trusting them, and but you know how I surrender to whatever. But I think so. I think, yeah. I mean, you shouldn't be with someone you don't trust, you know? And it's gonna be hard to trust sometimes, probably. Not really. We'll hit that situation when it comes. I think I'm gonna do things different. I think I have to. I think I can. Honestly, like, I'm gearing up just to do it right. To be new, and to whatever relationships I step in, and to make it new, like literal. Like, that's gonna be a new creation. Meaning, the past doesn't matter, because, like, dude, like, we're not gonna, I mean, we'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about everything. I hope. But I have to be open completely with one human being about everything. And that's how you earn trust. Never lie. That's gonna be hard. It's gonna be scary. But it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be real. Probably the only time in the world. That's worth it. If I can do, it's not even a pride thing. It's just, I don't see any other way. I don't see any other way to change the world other than by me doing something, right? And being an example. That sucks. God, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be embarrassing. Maybe. But that's why you need the other person now. So no matter what, like, you have a buddy, someone backing you up that trusts you and has got your back no matter what. That's all we need. One. We just need one person. One. You don't need a ton of people. Just one. And if everyone just had one, then we gave our time together. And 2 heads made the decision. Brilliant. Solve a lot of problems. A lot of stupid stuff. Stuff that we think is the end of the world. It's not. Very simple. That's why, like, the whole thing, it's like, just bring it all to the table. And I think so. And I think, at first it's going to be difficult. It's scary because it's unknown. We've never done it. And so if I have to be the first one, then I got to be the first one. And I'm cool with that. Like, I can lead the way. I'll get my feelings hurt, whatever. Who cares? People pointing fingers at me, whatever. As long as I know that I'm doing everything I can do and I'm not harming people in the process, I know whatever I'm doing is like, I'm not making it worse for you. You can take it or leave it. You can watch it or not. You can listen or not. Choice is yours, not mine. This is what I choose to do. And hopefully my partner would choose the same, and she has to. There's no choice, otherwise she won't be my partner. Because at that point, like, we're not two anymore, we're one. And the past doesn't matter. The past is for the information that we can be, so now we can be the best ever. We have all the information, infinite amount of information with different experiences, and then we can bounce off each other and make the right decisions. But that's simple. It's simple. The past means nothing. The past is information for you to use. The past doesn't exist anymore. It was perfect. Don't dwell in it. Choose now and forward every time, every now moment. It won't be easy sometimes, but communication. Like I said, I feel neglected instantly. Like, then what? Let's fix this. What do we need to do? What do we need to do? Cody, you talk to too many people. Well, then maybe I need to come on. Like, what do you want me to do? Let's negotiate this. Let's come up with a happy medium. Cody, you don't know how to protect your heart. Well, then help me. That's why you're here. I know my weaknesses. That's why I choose who I choose. Cody, you suck at routine. Yeah, that's why I choose you. I know what I need. I need an external resource. But yeah, I know my strengths and weaknesses, but I gotta have something to push for too. And so, like, yeah, that's what a marriage is, I guess. I don't know. I think. I don't know. I'm a fantasy maker over here. I can make all of the fantasies I want. I don't got it. I think that's what it, obviously it's more than that. It's more difficult. Everything I say is just, is words. There's not action. Yet. But I think it'll be cool. It's compromise. It's all about compromise. Happy compromising. And not hurting yourself. And then when you love yourself, you don't want to hurt yourself. And then you don't want to hurt your other. And in that instance, you guys become one. So you don't want to hurt each other either. Like, you should do everything in your power to keep the other person happy. Doesn't mean you're not gonna have your fights and your downtime, but that's part of the fun. Like, that's how you grab your guns together and you go take on the world. Like, it's simple. You fight together always. It's you against the world. It's y'all against the world, not you guys separated and you guys against each other and the world. Like, what's the point? Don't be together. I guess. I don't know. There's repercussions to that. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand divorce yet. I just really don't. Because it's almost like the decision at the time when you got married, you can't take it back, right? But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. You stay with them forever? I mean, I get, like, whatever the Bible says, like, unless, fornication or something. But then even then, it's like, but I have the infinite hope gene, right? You want to give somebody a second chance always. But it's like, but then whatever. I don't know. You'd have to become a new creation. Otherwise, that's going to loom and doom over you for eternity. And then you're going to be miserable in that marriage because you can't trust again. Even you may never even trust it in the first place. because you was already tainted. So I don't know. I don't know the right answer. I just hope that when the time comes for me, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and to my best ability, I'm gonna probably surrender to that. Because that's who I am. All in, jump off that cliff into the unknown, whatever, and do everything in my power to make that work. But there needs to be rules implemented so that can go smoothly. We can't just swing by the hip, you know. And there has to be communication, I would assume. Like, so we don't have to play this overthinking game like I'm creating. And that's all of it, really, is the unknown. Unknowing where your husband's at, unknowing where your wife's at. And it's not like you don't have trust. It's just, and it's not even, it's knowing where they're at in their head. Like, she just looked at me weird. What was that? Was she thinking about me? Is it me that did it? Did I do something? Or is it just her thinking of something else? Maybe something at work. And then you build from that. You create these stories, and then that's what I'm saying. That's why I think your emotions build over time, and then you pop. But if you bring everything to the table, like, it just seems simple. And you're kind of word stuff to not hurt the other person. Like, I feel neglected when you do this all the time. Maybe do it one less time a week, and we can spend time then. Or let me come with you. Even if you hate something, I mean, you need your separate time. That's a lot of what I want. Really, it's like I think this is what has to happen. It's like, even though you guys are one, like, you need, each individual person still needs to have their own stuff, their own things that they're good at, and that they are passionate for, and then they can be the best in that, and you help them with it, and then vice versa. They help you become the best what you want to become, whatever you're passionate about, and then that's how you become the best versions of yourself. And maybe it's lucky and you guys have the same passion, but don't compete. You're just separate, tools in the shed. Like, you have to have both sides, both tools to do the job. Some tools you use first, some tools you use second. Some tools you use at the same time if you're really cool, and you can use two hands at a time. I doubt it. And be efficient at it, and good, but whatever. Maybe. Some people. I've been watching some people draw like that's fire. Maybe one day. I started to start writing with my left hand, too. I'll write with my right, and then I'll write with my left. It's weird. It's cool. It's kind of like it's almost like I'm letting this is what I whatever, make it it's like little hoss coming up and writing with the left hand, and it's real bad. It's weird. I can write better in cursive than I can regular with my left hand, but at the same time it's weird. Like, B's are backwards. Anything with a loop on it or a circle, like, it's weird. I have to really slow down and write slow, but it's not that hard. It doesn't look good by any means. It's not good. And then I'll write with my right hand, and then it's almost like a switch brain, like different. Like, one's kind of more emotional, and then the other one's more logical. When I write like that, it's cool. But I think it helps me kind of get two different perspectives on things. But it's weird because it's like I'm still in control all the time. But it's like, but I'm both of them now. Like, I'm together. Like, I'm a bigger human being now. It's weird. I'm more of, I'm not just one aspect anymore like I used to be, which was anger. Now I'm like all things, both. I'm close. I don't know what I am. I'm more than I used to be. And it's cooler because it's a little bit more complicated. Like, I have to decipher two things instead of one, but it's cool because then it gives me a different baseline, and it gives me a different perspective than I had before. Because now I'm feeling stuff, so which gives me a different perspective, and I'm trusting myself more. And then I'm slowing down and like thinking about things, and letting it kind of play out in my head with whatever parameters that I put on whatever situation, like the set of morals. Like pretty much, it's like I have like a moral lunchbox, and then I take whatever equation that I'm working on and I put in that moral lunchbox, and I work it out. But it still has to be in the parameters of whatever morals that I have. That's pretty cool, I guess. That's weird. Like I think about like where do your morals come from? I don't know, bro. Cause it's like everybody maybe steals once. Maybe some people don't. I've talked to a lot of people that have never stole anything. So maybe we it kind of just depends because you justified it when you were little. Like if you did it once or you did it twice, and something like it's weird. It's like if your family had zero food, like, and you stole food for them to eat. Like, is that bad? Who knows? It depends on the perspective. You had to go to the extreme to feed your family because so you're surviving. Surviving is more important, I guess, than morals. But then who knows? Then it's based on some laws that somebody created. Um, who knows? Like if you was gonna, you know, it's like defending yourself, like in the Bible, like, like they, like the Maccabees and all that stuff. Like, the it makes zero sense. Like you can't fight on the Sabbath day, so you're just gonna die and wipe out a whole race. And a lot of them died because of that, because they were trying to, whatever, to each his own. It's based on perspective. Was it right? Who knows? I don't think so. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, you're dead. But then again, like, I don't know, once you're dead, you're dead. I don't know, you can't, whatever. But it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm gonna defend my kid, my family. Like, I'm not gonna just let them get slaughtered in front of me. That makes zero sense. And then, like I said, the Maccabees, that's what it was. Like, they were like, dude, this is stupid. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and die. I don't care what day it is. That makes zero sense. My God's not gonna just say, hey, don't defend yourself. Let's like, that doesn't make sense. And that's why war is weird to me. Like, I don't know. That's what I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe in the times it was needed back in the day. I don't know. I doubt it. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe some wrongs were being written, or I don't know. I don't get it now because life is easy. We're not struggling to survive anymore, right? Technically, some of us are. Yeah. We shouldn't. Food should be free to an extent. Like, you gotta do your job, do your part, I guess. Like in the small communities that we make, like small communities of people with a common purpose. And the purpose is ultimately to live and be happy and raise your kids right, because they're the future, and they're going to continue. Like, if we raise them right, then they can right the wrongs. Because we're incapable of doing it, because we're so jaded. We can only get so good. But if we can bring them into this world and keep them innocent, and that's the point of all of this. It's not our generation. It's 3 generations from now. We can bring them into a world of and they're clean. And that's when the real change can happen. That's gonna be fire. I hope I'm here for that. I hope whatever I do gonna be some part of a catalyst for that. That would be something to be proud of. That'd be something to be proud of. To change something, real change. To be at the beginning of the change. When you think of like Moses didn't get to go into the promised land, That sucks for him. He didn't get to see that change, that promise. But that was then. This is now. This is different. But whatever. Whatever. It all work out in the end. I don't know. It's all about time now, though. And it's weird. It's weird. And it's funny, like, like you go to, it's like, why am I so much more spiritual now than I was before? I was pretending to whatever and just reading information, like, and questioning it. But not even really questioning it because I wasn't allowed to. I was suppressed. I couldn't have my own ideals. No, that's wrong. No, no, no. I was like, let the kid question. Why are you telling people, like, that makes zero sense to me. So, like, even like seminaries and stuff like that, like, what do you mean? You go to school to be a preacher for 4 years? What if the preacher that taught you in that seminary got it wrong, or the one that taught him, or vice versa, or so on, hundreds of thousands of years ago? Just one thing wrong that taints the whole thing. One perspective. Like if, and this is kind of where race and stuff comes into play, but a lot of it is just economical and social, whatever, different like experiences. Like so, their perspective is going to be different on anything. I mean, some stuff, I guess, math. I don't know. One day I want to break math. I want to destroy it and give it a new perspective. Just so I think I can do it. Because like for me, like the color red and the color green, or any color, it's like where did that come from? Who said that that was green? Maybe all things that are green are really red. Maybe the colors in the rainbow are backward, like are different names. They're the same color. Who's to say white's not black? These are the questions that I ask, and I've asked these my whole life. Just no one answers them. And I didn't have enough. I don't have information for that because no one was around like from the beginning to tell me like when was the first whatever. Those are questions I don't. It could be a waste of time. They're so they don't do anything, and maybe they are a waste of time. But to me, like if I know the reason behind why it's green, it could explain some things. Or at least give me whatever. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe it's pointless. Maybe some of that stuff is pointless. I don't know. But then again, I don't know. It could be big like that. Who knows? Because like you look at red clay and like so, you know, then the reason why it's red is because of a certain material or mineral in that clay, and that whatever and so forth. But there could be I don't know. Is there science behind it? Like, who knows? I don't know. Maybe I don't need to know any of that. I don't know. Maybe it's just useless information. But I don't think so. I think we should learn everything we can about where we live. Because there could be clues in that. There is clues in that. In the way the system works. And the more we know the system, the more we can, use the system for good. We also use it for bad. And we've done it. That's why we're where we're at. And that's why cycles are messed up in the earth and whatnot. And I always thought, like, this makes zero sense. But like if the earth is round and it's spinning, I guess maybe I solved my own. No. And they built Dubai out of sand. And so they took sand from somewhere else on the earth, and then they moved it. Even though the earth is so big, like that, it doesn't logically make sense to me. Like if you was to move a mountain that weighed so much from one side of the earth to the other, it would, and didn't put it in the exact same spot, or even if you did put it in the same spot, it's going to change the spin. It's going to change the weight distribution. Like even if the Earth is so big, like it doesn't matter because there's only finite amount of weight on the Earth, right? Like so, the Earth is always the same size, so it's always spinning. There's no other variables. Meaning that if you was to move any of those variables, it should change something. Always. Which just blew my mind because it's like houses. Like even though the weight in the grand scheme of things is not big, it's just one tree, but we're knocking down a whole forest. And then shifting the weight somewhere else. So maybe it is moving the Earth on the axis. I don't know. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Who knows? But that just never made sense to me. It's like a seesaw, I guess. I don't know. Like if you transfer the weight to one side, this goes up. But who knows? I'm not a scientist yet. Maybe I'll be one day. Science is fire. Kinda. If you're willing to be open-minded to suggestions and have a set of morals on it. But who knows? I don't know. Science is cool, I guess. It's a totality of everything. That's the whole point of all of it. And that's when I really, really understood that I was being suppressed, was when I started saying, wait a minute, like, it's got to be bigger than just this. That makes zero sense. Like, it can't just be us in the Bible about that got it right. Like, that makes zero sense. Like, and if you think that you got it all right, like, you got a problem. Like, there's no way. Because you did an act at one point in time that you thought was right. And it was right in the sense of the reason why you did it. Like you justified it. But then 20 years later you look back at it and you say that was wrong. So now I'm like, well, wait a minute. So you can be wrong with your logic, with your own very logic. Like your own person. Like you gotta gut check yourself and then reevaluate like a child. With each individual thing, with more information. Some things are always going to be true. Sky is up, I guess. Water always finds its level. Like, I mean, there's some things that, we've proven based on experiences multiple times with the same outcome. If we had exact, variables every single time, then yes. But if something's different, that changes all the variables. And so, that's what I'm saying is, like, based on your perspective. So, like, if you had a seminary, and maybe you were starting one, and you were creating your own ideals and, like, curriculum, and you had, one person from every country, like, you still have to compromise and come up with your new creed, right? But not everyone's going to agree. Like, it's going to vary, and then you guys are going to reshape your creed based on all of your guys' thoughts. So is that absolute truth? No. There's no way. It can't be. It can't be. There's always going to be a question. It's like if you was in the classroom and everyone got all this information and you showed up 30 minutes late and then like what's true for them, like they have more information. It's not going to be true for you because you have less information. You don't have it all. And then even then the person teaching it has even more information. And maybe he doesn't even deliver all the information to give you in the first place. And he never even got all the information. So he can't even be 100% true. Like, it's weird. That's all I can say is you gotta be able to, like if you're setting, that's the whole point of all of this, is that we get set in our ways and we get so damn stubborn. And it's just nothing but pride and ego. And then we try to come together and control everybody else. Because it makes us feel good, or we have power, or we have money, we can do whatever. That's stupid. Why don't we just make it simple? You gotta get food. You wanna be happy. Let's just all live together. raise our kids, be happy, smile. Not worry about this and that. A lot of it, yeah. It's like it sucks, man. People need help them. And there's still going to be like a class, I think, classes. Like people are still going to be in power, technically, or hierarchies. Like, but I think I think we can deal with that. I think there's ways. Maybe a rotating hierarchy, or something. And like I said, as long as everyone, we come together and talk about everything, and if something does come up and someone feels undervalued or underused or something, like speak up. Like they don't think you're getting what you deserve. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. When that comes, I think it'll be easier in the situation, especially once it becomes implemented. When we step away from the external source that is controlling us, which is via government. And those people don't care about you. Like this stuff doesn't affect them. Like it's so funny. It's like whether or not COVID is what they say it is or not. Like they didn't get restricted. We got restricted. Well, I didn't. I did what I wanted. But yeah. But like it's simple. It's like they literally just corralled us and divided us, and then scared us to death, like literally. And then if you was to get sick, they sent you off into a freaking place and scared you even more and made you stay there by yourself with no hope. They took away all your hope. It's very simple. They did this. They did this when they're capable of fixing it. They're capable of not even making it. I don't know. Whatever. I think it had to be done. It's not good or bad. It was bad. I guess the effects were bad. Depending on the perspective. It sucks. It sucks either way. It sucks. There's no good. It sucks. But it sucks even more that the people go into the hospital and they have to be there by themselves, feeling suppressed. I had it. I know it. I lived it. Having asthma attacks and freaking not able to breathe and being so weak the 3 days afterwards or 4 days afterwards because I had no oxygen. Like just gone. Like I couldn't move. Like I couldn't do anything. I tried. I tried a lot. But it was gone. The strength was gone because I was fighting so hard. And at least I had people with me. Like I got the attention that I needed to keep me alive. Like if I'd have been by myself, I would have died. Like it's that simple. It's pitiful. And then people were just making money off of it. Hospitals are just making bank. It's disgusting. Fix them. Who cares about the money? Fix them. Give them hope. Let the families come in. Let them go buy a bug suit, a hazmat suit, and suit up and just sit with them. Like it's that simple. Who knows? I don't even know if COVID's a thing now, or whatever it's called. With video, they implement it. You brainwash yourself. You gotta be scared. It's on the TV all day, every day. It's the same. It's the same with the elections stuff. It's on the TV all day, every day, and it made you question it, whether it happened or it didn't happen. I'm not gonna talk on that either. I shouldn't. I watched it all. I got hundreds of hours in that. I loved it. I wasted my time. I wasted all that time, and it made me depressed. Like I look back and I said, dude, I wasted all that time. And what came from it? Nothing. I felt depressed. I felt bad. I felt like someone got robbed. But then again, who knows? It's a bigger picture. Like, we can't see what they're doing. They're playing 5D chess, bro, and we only see 3D. Like, it's bigger than us. The people in power, all the people in power are in power together. It's not, it's not a collaboration. They understand. This is called divide and conquer. They're just dividing us, and then they're conquering us together in a huge, um, yeah. Like, we have no dog in the fight because we're divided. Disgusting. But then again, like, you gotta sacrifice things and give up your time. Um, and people aren't gonna understand if you want change. You gotta be the martyr. And people are gonna judge you. Who cares? I'm so busy. I'm so busy doing stupid stuff too. I ain't got no room to judge. And none of us got room to judge. We've all done stupid stuff, man. To correct it. Correct it. Quit harming other people. You want to keep doing stuff for yourself, whatever, but at least take other people out of it. Protect them from your crap. And so I'm still trying to gauge like what I do that affects people. And I think that's why I don't ask for help ever. Ultimately, because I don't want to bring you into my crap. I don't think that's fair. But then again, if I can't get out of the crap without a ladder, I need someone to bring me a ladder. Hopefully someone will bring me a ladder. I don't know. If I'm trapped in a dark room, hopefully someone will bring me a flashlight. I don't know. Maybe hope someone will open a door and there's light and I can see it and then I can walk to it. That's kind of like what I just want to do. I just want to be the distant window. Like, just come to me, bro. It's gonna suck, but just follow me. Just trust me. Just a little. That's what, that's what Yahusha or whatever. That's what, most religions are. Like, you just have to look at it like that. Like, find out what's true in each thing and then go for it. Because it's all tainted. It has to be. Because it's all based on different perspectives. So what's true for you may not be true for the other person. But some of it is universal. There's a higher power. Everyone knows this. And like I said, even if the Big Bang is a thing, like, it doesn't. The Big Bang, someone created the Big Bang. Like, that's the way it works. At least, yes. Based on the rules that we know of the world, like, you can't have nothing out of something. Like, you can't have something out of nothing. Like, that doesn't work. Oxygen is still something. We may not be able to see it, but it's still something. I'm still confused. Like, I don't even know. Like, how do they even see like atoms and stuff, man? Like, come on, bro. How do you see like the smallest thing in the world? Like, can they really see it? Or are they just making them up? I've never physically seen one. I mean, I don't know. That's what's funny is you're taking it on blind faith too. So like you got Christianity or all these other religions are making things on blind faith, and then you have science the same. So maybe it's a combination. It's a balance. We're gauging things on what we find tangible. And then what, like, equations, like, we can rework over and over again to find the same answer. We know a tree is a tree. I don't know why we call it a tree. We know that's what we call it. But we've been programmed to say that that's a tree based on what it looks like and what it does and all this stuff. Like, yeah, okay, cool. But some stuff we don't know. Like, so until you tangibly touch it, like, or see it, or feel it, like, how do you even know? I guess this is where the feeling comes from. The feeling is for the invisible stuff, the stuff that we can't see with our eyes. Obviously, it has to be. So I was living in a world with only tangible things. I was only living in half the world, or maybe less than. Because I think so. I think that the tangible things that we see is less than. I think it's only a small percentage. I think the majority of things of the world is what we can't see. It has to be. Because look at all this open space. There's more open space than there is things. Like invisible. The invisible is more than the things. So that means the invisible parts of what we don't see is more. So there's so much more than what we can understand because we can't even see it. But we can feel sometimes, you know. You feel the wind blow. You feel different energies, I guess, or feelings. You walk into somewhere and you just feel bad. Like so something's there. Whatever. Some looming feeling. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what it is. I'm just now trying to trust my intuition. Like I'm not seasoned in it by any means. I got like a day and a half of information. Like I got nothing. Maybe it's easier that way, and maybe that's why the kids are so much. They got it so much right because they only have a little bit of information, and it's simple because it's either right or wrong. It's either this or that. It's not. I have, you know, I've met 7,000 million people, and so I have all these information to choose like how I'm gonna meet my next person. So we make it complicated. With little kids that come straight out the womb, they're like, dude, I'm hungry, bro. Like feed me. I love you. Let's play. Oh, you push me too hard. I'm mad. I want to play again. I'm cool, bro. Whatever. I'm not dead or bleeding out. Let's play. Like maybe it's that simple. We've made it hard because we're playing fantasy. We're assuming. And I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest assumer ever. I'm the greatest at it. Man, that's funny. Just be a movie maker. Just kidding, maybe. I don't know. Just do a lot of things. First I need to focus on me. Focus on me. And that's what I've been doing. And it's difficult. I think the hardest part is like I never wanted to be selfish. I was like, dude, you got to be. Because you're the most important, like I said, you're the most important thing. Each individual person. Because you're what's causing change and you're affecting everybody else. Well, you can. Yeah, you are. So you just need to make damn sure that you're doing it right. You know, you're not causing harm to people. You know, you're just lifting them up and you're loving them. And you're wanting the best for everyone, always. Like still, like every time, I'm trying to think of a reason why you wouldn't want the best for somebody. And maybe, and I see why before. Because you're looking at their acts that they've done before and you're judging them on them. Which is fine. It makes sense. It's logical. But like, you know, like if you was to do that to yourself, dude, you would never leave the room. You wouldn't go anywhere. You wouldn't be able to do anything. You would be a prisoner to yourself. And you would just be full of shame, which is a lot of what Christianity does. It fills you full of shame and guilt for everything. And it, you know, and honestly, like maybe on a you know, and we have those feelings for a reason. So maybe the issue is like we just don't stop the acts, and then so we just constantly feel shame and guilt. But then again, it's weird because it's encompassed weird. because there's so much shame on sex stuff and intercourse. Like you don't have a chance, and things happen to people. Like, and you don't have a chance. Like, unless you sit there and study, like the effects of sexual trauma on people. Like, come on, bro. Like, unless you lived it, come on, bro. Like you have no room to judge. You don't even understand. You don't even know. You don't even know what those experiences do. You don't know how they play effect. Like it's it's yeah, you get split. You created it created some neural pathways in on the vine. And there's less resistance there, and then you're destroying people. You're not giving them a chance just because you don't understand it. It's not part of your perception. Like, it's stupid. It's not fair. It's childish and dumb. Like, you are ruining people's lives because you think your way is the best, but you never even came from them. You never walked in their shoes. It makes zero sense. Love them, help them, accept them. Understand that a lot of the stuff that happened to people and the reason why they're the way they are is because it had nothing to do with them. It happened to them because people infringing somebody else's free will. Like, it's that simple. It's like, so now we have to come up with a better solution instead of just shaming and guilting kids and never fixing the problem. And then you have broken adults. And everyone's just looking for safety and security. And no one's getting it because everyone's judging each other. So, like, in the big scale, like, how is that even love or godlike? Like, that makes zero sense. You're supposed to, help everybody, treat everyone the way you want to be treated. Oh, well, whatever. We can play a game. You guys come to me and tell me how you want to be treated. I'll treat you that way. That's how stupid it is. Especially little kids, man. Come on, bro. You know better. We all know better. I know better. It's pitiful. And then people are dying inside. People sitting in the pews on every whatever. Of course they don't want to change. Why would you want to change and go hang out with a group of people that always shame you and put you down? That makes zero sense. Because change is freaking hard. You need people with you when you change because it's freaking impossible. It's almost impossible to do it by yourself. It's not impossible, but it sucks. You need people there lifting you up and cheering you on because you're dying to yourself, which is your biggest battle. If you don't have people backing you up, like, you can't. It's freaking hard, bro. This is the hardest time of my life, and I have no one with me. No one. It's miserable. But I have no choice. I took away my choices. And it's demoralizing. And it's very tiring. But I see no other option. Otherwise, what's the point? Why be here? Why is this part of my purpose? If I don't do it, I have to walk away from people. I hate walking away from people. That was my major thing growing up. Like, I don't ever want to walk. I don't want to abandon anyone because I was abandoned. And it wasn't. That's what I thought. I wasn't. I mean, whatever. Maybe. Who knows? Whatever. Mostly is I abandoned myself. Like, now, when I realized it a couple months ago, like, I did that. Not nobody else really, because it didn't matter for anybody else. Because they weren't in my head. They weren't the one with me all the time, 24 hours a day, 247, Hoss 247. I didn't know why I created it like that. I was trying to figure it out last night. But now I know. The stuff I don't know. As I said, you do everything for a reason. You may not know it right now. 20 years from now, you may know. I'm going to have that gamer tag, who knows, 20 years. Whenever the Xbox came out. or something like that. Not the first Xbox, we didn't have one, but or the PlayStation or something. I don't know. Video games. And you created this alter ego. Like, it's cool. It's cool. Like, I created this random dude who played video. Like, that was him. Like, when I played video games, I was that guy. I walked into that world. I created that world. That's cool. I mean, video games are cool. They escape. They're creating a world and you're stepping into it. Movie, the same thing. It's weird. Like, since this process has happened, like, I get really engulfed in movies now. That's why I don't watch them. Well, I choose what I watch. Because I step into them. It's weird. Maybe, or maybe, it's almost like they're made for me. I can't explain it. Like, it's whatever battles I'm facing. Like, it's like I see it. It's so weird. And this is weird. So, like, even like the Black Panther, like, I watched it again. And like I said, remember I said I started not crossing my arms and walking with my arms behind my back, and building my confidence. It was kind of a two-edged, fake it till you make it type of deal, but not really, because I believed it, because I had to believe it to implement it, somewhat. Because like if you don't believe it a little, you're not gonna do the act. So I did it. But then when I watched the movie, like, dude, he walks around with his hands behind his back all the time because he's confident in himself and who he is, and he knows, he has power and influence, but he doesn't use it that much. Like, watch, like, that's true power. The true power is being capable of something and not even doing it, being reserved. It's like anything, like the most deadliest man in the room. Like, you never know who it is because they're never going to use it unless extreme circumstances. You never know who the most powerful man in the room is. It's not the one talking, usually. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Probably not. Honestly. There's always someone more powerful than you. There's always someone smarter than you. There's always someone stronger than you. There's always someone with another perspective than you. And you should welcome that. You should want that. Because that means there's always something to learn. You can always be better. You can always gain more information to make better decisions as time goes on. But that's cool. That's why people are so cool. Like, you never know, man. You never know. You could go your whole life thinking that something's red, and you meet a guy and he's like, man, that's blue. It's been blue my whole life. And, maybe he was right, maybe he was wrong, who knows? But where he comes from is blue. Where you come from is red. Neither one is more right than the other. Just accept it and go on, who cares? Not like, I mean, if you guys are doing business together, that may get confusing or something like that. But this is Cody's red, not your blue. Well, this is your blue and not Cody's red. Like, whatever. It's very simple to fix. Communication. But being humble enough to not be a jerk or tell somebody that they're wrong based on their whole life experiences. And just understanding that whatever anyone ever does to you is based on their perspective. And I think as time goes on, like, we're not going to be spitting on people, cussing people, yelling on people. I don't even know. I'm weird about, I don't cuss that much anymore. I did for a span a couple weeks ago. Mostly because I started to, I do it, I catch myself, based on who I'm with. I can, some people are more receptive to cussing, like, if they feel more comfortable, so then you would, the skills that I have is like a chameleon, so sometimes I can't control it. I need to get better, at it, so, I'll switch into, maybe using more profanity and stuff, but even when I think about profanity, like, where did that come from? And for me, it's like describing things, right? Like, a lot of times I can't, the best word that encompasses, like, the most emotion would be a profanity. Like I remember for a season I would talk about describing things as delicious that had nothing to do with eating food. So it's kind of the same thing. Like that was the best word at the time I like to use. Like because things are delicious to me. Like things that are delicious to me is cool. Like that's like the highest thing because I love food. So if it's delicious, then it's like the best way for me to describe it. So profanity is the same. So when I say like this season is effing hard and like I cuss, like that's the best way to describe it because everyone can attune to it. Everyone understands that word in the context of like, dude, yeah, like it's that hard. Like it's the worst. Like there's nothing worse. Like it's it max. Like it's bad. To whatever extreme you want it to be, it's that bad that you're going to use a profanity. You know, and then people judge you on it. That's stupid, man. You know, like if you're around people that cuss all the time, like what do you mean? It's what you know. You mirror it. You mimic. Like it's going to school. Like they tell you what to say and you mimic it. Like that's it. They program you. You surrender because you're giving them your time. And when you're a little kid, you don't have a choice but to surrender and soak in whatever outside influences are hitting your ears, and you're seeing, and you're feeling, you're touching. And so until you ever take control back, you can't change it because it's comfortable, and you may not even see anything wrong with it, and there may not be anything wrong with it. And depending on the setting you're in and the people around you, there may not be anything wrong with it. If you guys all have the same perspective. But there's still rules in the world. There has to be. Otherwise, we just might as well just go to war. All of us together, just line up in a big field. Just get it over with. Be done with it. Best man wins. That's how stupid and childish it is. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? Who cares? Whatever. It's all fun. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games if someone gets hurt. The feelings get hurt. I'm trying to think. It's funny. Like I remember, man, it's weird. Trust people so much. I guess sometimes. But when I was little, like our next door neighbors had like we lived with some family or whatever, and our next door neighbors had a really high driveway. I don't know how old I was, whatever. But I rode down it and I fell off the tricycle or whatever it was. I don't remember. And like I skinned up my my ankle, and it turned white. And I remember my brother. He was like, "If you ever see the bone, like you die." So I thought I was gonna die. I'm over here crying. So stupid. But I just blind trust. That's what he told me. I thought I was gonna die. Like that's how stupid we are. To just blindly trust anyone. Like me. Like don't even listen to me, bro. Question it. Question everything. Come out to find truth. But just at least don't touch people. Don't harm people. And don't push whatever. Like I said, this is for me. This is for me to be the best me. You like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. You find some truth in it, you find some truth. You don't, whatever. Who cares? This is what I'm delegating my time to. I find this currency, this some may call it a waste of time. That's their perspective. This is not a waste of time for me. I'm not making any money right now. This will affect me at some point. Maybe not. Who cares? I'll figure it out. I'm a survivor. I've done it all. I've done every single, I've done the blue collar stuff. Who cares? You gotta have it. That's what's so funny. It's like we have these Think everyone's better than everybody. Like, who cares? Like, like what happens when your toilet breaks down, bro? Like in your $1 million mansion with millions of dollar mansion now, because $1 million ain't gonna get you much. In a huge house, 17 rooms, and there's two of you. And one of your toilets don't work, the one that you use. Who you gonna call? You know how to fix it. You gotta call a plumber, a blue collar, someone that who knows. You may or may not look down on them, but you think they're less than. They're not less than. They're fixing the problem that you can't even fix. Like you need them. They don't need you. They're doing fine. They have food. They're still alive. Evidently, they don't need you. You need them. Who's really in power? The people are in power. The politicians need us. We are in power if we take it back. It's very simple. I mean, you look at slavery. Like, that's the whole thing. That's the whole point. They beat you and break you mentally so they can have power over you. There's one ruler to, 100 people back then. Makes zero sense. Team up and get out of there. But they broke you so hard. And then they control your food and water when it should be freely given if you work for it and earn it. Like, it's that simple. And each person has different skills. And, that's what I said, in a community, like, we all come together. Some people cut people's hair. Some people help build houses. Some people cook. Some people are better nurturers and can teach the kids better. Everyone has a place, but everyone gets fed. That's what I'm saying. You have people that, are better farmers. Do they take care of the farming and the food? And you take care of the kids during the day and teach them right. Let them have fun. And some people are obviously better with money. Not me. Not me. I can be. I will be. Soon. I had to get out of survival mode. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. It's pitiful. But I watched my mom, and that's how I learned. She made it work. I don't know how. She didn't come out unscathed. We didn't come out unscathed for it. It's pitiful. And then you don't think you're worthy of it. But it's not even, you don't even know how to use it. Right. It's a tool. Money is a tool. It's not good or bad. It can be used for good or bad. It's a tool. But they make it power. And it's not, they make it power, but it's a tool. And they control you with it. It's stupid. So there's a way that, we can, the real currency is our time. We combine our time. We create whatever we want to create as communities, and we become self-sufficient. Because not everyone's going to want to do that. That's the whole point of this. And so we fill needs in the real world, or I wouldn't say the real world, whatever this other crap is. But we live in our own new creation, our own new world, our own new heaven where we're happy. And all our needs are taken care of. We're not fighting. Like, it's that simple. And I hope that we do it on our own. And, because that would be less harsh than if something was like a catalyst came and, made us have to make that transition, because that's going to be harder. That's why this is weird. Like, what the thing that I'm going through is like, it's almost like I chose it, so it's a little bit easier, really, because I wasn't necessarily like pushed into it. I mean, I was, but if it was like, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to do it now, without bullets flying over my head. You know what I'm saying? Like without other external forces, like making it harder. You know. And I think that's a lot of it. I think a lot of people are doing this right now. I think a lot of people are feeling weird. A lot of people are changing. A lot of people are starting to understand what's real and what's important. And that's nothing to, like, what do you think all these millennials are leaving their jobs? Saying this sucks. Working for the man. No one cares. Everyone's miserable. Staring at a computer screen all day, every day. Staring into some matrix that doesn't make any sense. And being programmed nonstop. And not having your own thoughts. That's a lot of it. Is you haven't detached enough to think on your own. That's why, like, when I quit watching TV and watching the news, like, and that's why I had to watch the the whatever stuff. Because like once I got past it, I was like, oh crap, dude, what a waste. What a waste of time. And then the outcome controlled me. It affected my emotions, and it made me blue. Whatever perspective I had, that doesn't matter. It's just, it affected me, and I gave it all my time, hundreds of hours probably. Who knows? Who knows? And then so after that, that's when I quit watching TV. I was like, dude, I gotta take a break from this. This is rough. I literally just programmed myself. I accepted it all. It's crazy. And that was some of it. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's weird. It's big. It's a lot of information. A lot of information. Maybe people will listen to this. I doubt it. I don't doubt it. Everyone will listen to this in time. It is what it is. I know what it is. I have infinite hope. This is for a reason. My intent's good. And like I said, I may ego check all this at some point. Probably. More likely I will. I guarantee you that I'll have more information in the future which will change these things. Which will change my perspective on it. But whatever. It's almost 3 hours. I thought it was gonna be short, but I don't know. I may look into doing a podcast more so at some point. I like to do things. So what I do in my life is like I start doing things, or I don't do anything really, to be honest with you. I just start being me, and then usually when 3 people suggest something, then I do it. It's like a confirmation that I need to do it. It's like the ancestry.com thing. I was given one. I didn't do it for a very, very long time. After the 3rd person mentioned that I should do it, I did it. I don't know why I do things that way. It's almost like a surrender to a higher power. I don't want to waste my time on things, and it also gives me time to think about it and plan in a weird way without really planning. But like I have little bits of thoughts from here and there, and then when the time comes, I put that stuff in my Rolodex of information, and then I use it once I hear the third confirmation from somebody, because it helps me make not make decisions on the drop of a dime. Because like in survival mode, that's what you have to do. The problem rises and you have to hit it head on. You have no choice if you want to make it out alive. Even though like none of that stuff is life and death. Like thinking back at it, like we're making it life and death a lot of times. It's not. It really isn't. Like you'll be okay. You don't eat today, whatever. Who cares? You can eat tomorrow. That's fine. Not a big deal. You ain't got lights today. That's fine. You can get them turned back on tomorrow. It costs you a little bit if you get them shut off, but whatever. You're stuck in that trap of living paycheck to paycheck or um, whatever. Living outside your means. Which I mean, I've done it. I do it probably now. But then again, like I'm getting better. I gotta figure it out a little bit better. Figure out my art. Figure out how to. I don't know. I'm torn between it because my art's really. I mean, it's for me right now, kinda, sort of both. But I like, you know, it. People. It's like encompassing like everything though. Like with it, like when I create art and then someone likes it and then I talk to them about it, and then if something happens and they get that painting, like that's um it's it's bigger than that. Like it's bigger than money. But at the same time you gotta eat, right? So I don't know. I don't know how to do this with that. And it's not even my worth involved because it's to me it's freely giving. Like you freely give your time. And so if I give you a painting, like I freely give you 35 years of my life. And I'm okay with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it has to be that way. That's why I'm the way I am. Because I want to give people all of it. Um, in a weird way. It's not like whatever. It's not like I'll give my significant other. That's different. Because they're not getting like the physical attributes of me and stuff like that, and all that my time, like my time forever, um, is different. But like you're getting 35 years of experience and then whatever came out of me in that painting, like and if it invokes something into you and whatever, if I can help somebody, if every time they look at it, it triggers something and or makes them happy or makes them overcome something or gives them inspiration, like that's worth it. You can get put a price on that. Like who cares? Who cares? Who cares about money? Like it's just a little bit of money, whatever. I guess you gotta have it, but I don't know. I don't know how else to. I think that's part of like giving, right? Like it's the sacrifice that you make, um, that makes the gift, sweet. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm saying that now because it's like if if people have less money and if they give money away, then the sacrifice seems greater than if you had all the money and gave some money away. I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not real. That's just one way to look at it. But it doesn't make any sense to me. Kinda, because it is money. It's just money. It doesn't matter if you have a lot of money or a little money. The sacrifice is the same. I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Who knows? But I think I'm done for now. I'm gonna talk to some people. I don't know why my voice just got instantly deep. But I want to listen to this because like I said, I'm in my truck today. It's different. Um, I want to see the way it affects me. The way the thoughts are different today. Um, Whatnot, stuff like that. That'd be cool. Plus, like I learn, and then tomorrow will be better. Every day I'm getting better. Every day my voice is getting better. I sing better today than I did yesterday. I noticed that. I guess it's the talking is you know if you didn't talk for if you didn't use a muscle your whole life, like and when you start using it, you gotta strengthen it and practice, and you get better at time. So I think that's it. I think I'm getting better. Maybe one day I'll be a singer. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I like music so much that maybe I can sing, write some songs. I wrote some songs a long time ago. I always write stuff. I like it. It's cool. Plus, I think my perspective is so weird, different. I don't know. We'll holla. We'll see ya. Peace.